Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I will be talking about why I love and why I will keep the Venture X from Capital One in my setup or in my socket, even if I were to in the future not to use it at all. And it's kind of funny to think about it sometimes with like, why would you pay $395 a year in order to have a car that you might potentially not use it, just like you say? And I will give you some arguments regarding this. And I believe the main one is not maybe I won't use it at all, but few times rather than what I'm using it nowadays. As we know, Capital One does have a series of venture cards. Venture Capital One has also the cash back cards like Quicksilver and Savior. That these ones you can transfer the cash back to the any of the venture cards and be able to transfer it towards transfer partners, either hotels or airlines. Most of the people tend to say they're not the greatest, especially when it comes to national, but they are a little better when it comes to international travel, and that's okay. I'm not expecting the worst, but at the same time, I'm not expecting the best because of the transfer that I do have. Not just that, but you can think of different ways to use it, potentially, depending on your time window and the offers there you are able to find. It is a $395 annual fee Visa card that does not have foreign transaction fee, meaning that you can use it almost everywhere in the world as long as they accept Visa, which Visa tends to be the most popular one out there compared to other ones. So a lot of people are kind of afraid because they could potentially move it towards the Discover network, it might not be as useful as it is today. But we don't know if that will happen anytime soon, which I doubt, honestly. What gives you in exchange? This card gives you a 2x base for anything pretty much. You can use it for taxes, you can use it for school, you can use it for other stuff that other cards would kind of have an exemption on, and you still receive a 2x. Every year on university, you will receive a 300 credits in the portal. The good thing about this is that is in anything on the portal, you can use it towards hotels, airlines, car rentals, any attractions, experiences that they have right there. It is really fantastic. So even if I were not to use it for travel, I will use it for experiences that are available in the portal. That yes, you are able to sometimes to use the I think it's called cash match. So pretty much you call and hey, I want to compare this price to this, and they are able to do that. Or airlines, you buy it through their portal, you might be able to get some refund if the ticket drops in price in a few couple days. At the same time, they have a tracker that it kind of tells you, hey, you want me to tell you if the ticket has dropped or anything. So you can have a better shot of buying the ticket a little better, cheaper, and it comes into your mind. And that comes great in handy. But that you can kind of get a benefit from any other card. You don't have to get the Venture X for that. So what are you talking about? Another benefit that it does have is presidential cycle from Hercs. So you are able to get a good service when it comes to car rentals, and you could status match with other companies and get a better deal and potential deal. And the good thing about this car is that it does comes with primary car insurance, so it comes with nice car rental benefit. It does comes with the primary car insurance, so that comes out hand on hand, and that's something that I tend to sometimes use this car for. at least the credits. And you could also get the 10,000 points that if you were to value cash back value, it would be $100. So $100 plus 300 credits, that would make a total of 400. People tend to argue that, hey, this car pays you $5 in order to keep it every year. And it might be true, it might be not true depending on the person. And in my case, it is kind of true. Not saying it because I time it, I request this car right on April. So any time I want to use these credits is gonna be at the end of April. And now we know at the end of April you are almost close to summer vacation time. So it's like time to kind of make some plans if anything, right? So that is kind of what I use it. Once April comes, we kind of start planning in general. That's not including about the credit, thinking about it. You just the credit just there. But we don't think about the credit when we are like really planning what to do and think what to go, what to do, and that kind of stuff, right? So then it's like, well, we have this credit right here. See how we can use it. And the thing is, like I say, at the end of April, when we talk about the plans, and the same time, at the end of April is when we get this credit back. So we are pretty much using 300 right away. 300 that we would use it regardless if we had the credit or not. Okay, so it's not like oh, I sit down that credit for a minute, I'm not gonna use it, it's gonna take a minute for me to use it. I would have put my money into a high yield savings account and earn more than what I'm getting, more than $5 per whole year. In my scenario, it would not be. You can also say that I could straight up redeem those 10,000 points straight cash back, use $400 worth of stuff, and right away on the summertime. I don't have to wait a long period in order to think it's not worth it. Because if you were to put 395 on a high yield savings account and wait for a whole year, or you were to put it towards investment account and get maybe 8, 10, 12% back annually in because investing, well, it's true. You would potentially get more than $5 if you were investing your money. But in my case, I'm already using the money regardless. So there's no like negative value about this car. When it comes into using this car versus a normal 2% car, for example, I have the Navy Federal flagship car that comes with a 3% on travels and 2% on anything else, a casual. So you could say the minimum redemption is the same. Both cars are Visa, both cars earn 2% back minimum. And what's the difference? Why would I still pay more for this car? The thing is, it's a 2X car that the minimum that we know is at 2%. If I were to happen to transfer those points and find a better value than what I would get in cash, that means I'm really getting a better value and than 2% back. Like I say, I'm already spending what I'm spending on the annual fee. So it's not I'm wasting money sitting in right there with no using the credits. I'm straight up betting with the chance of minimum getting what I would normally get for a 2% car, but betting that I could potentially earn more than 2%. So that is really what I'm still using a car. If we compare to other cars, let's say American Express doesn't have a personal 2% or 2X car, and if we were compare the Blue Business Plus, that is only for national. You cannot use it internationally. Other cars, for example, the Chase car is still 1.5%. I believe it doesn't have the no foreign transaction fee, so you can only use it nationally. There are other cars like that from the other banks. The I believe City one as well. It's only 2x, and you can only use it nationally. So there's not a lot when it comes into 2x that you are able to use internationally. You can have 2% cars internationally with no problem, no annual fee, anything like that. But when it comes into travel cars, cash out, you can really think on the I think Summit, Alaska car. You can think on the 2%, 2x, 3x, whatever 4x, depending on your spendings on the Bill Palladium card, and that is a chance of using. And that's what I'm referring to. I could have my Venture X, yet not using it and still get value. Because, as we mentioned, I can have the Venture X value used right away on the credit wise, and I would not need to use the car in order to actually get benefits. I could use the launch benefit. I can use the car rental benefit. I can use the $5 extra that we normally get because why not? And yet still use, let's say I don't have it yet, but let's say I were to apply for the Palladium car. Like I say, I can get it for a 3x cash off for the first 25,000 per year because I do not rent. I own a house already. I don't pay mortgage, so I could not get benefit of the rent or mortgage multipliers. And that's the thing. The Palladium, even though it earns 3x, it is way better than a 2x for sure. And the value of the points compared venture miles versus build points are a whole different value system, ecosystem. And they are more valuable, the build points. Yet, it does comes with some exception categories. And then it's like, okay, if I'm able to use this car, then I will have to go for a 1% car, 1x, if I were not to have a cash out. Or let's say a 2% car. But would I really prefer a 2% car? No, maybe not. So, yes, I will have the Venture X as a backup option for those specific exceptions that if I were to get the Palladium car, you know, not just that, but I do still have the good letter US Bank Smart Card that if I were to wanted to, I could make it into a 3% cashback. I could make it into a 4% cashback if I really wanted to. And yet, that would still have some exemptions. So I could use the Venture X as a backup and still earn a 2x multiplier, where I know 2% is the minimum. And I'm saying the 4% cashback on the Smarty because a lot of people like to argue that, oh, I can get Chase points, I can get the American Express points for 2 cents per point. And if we were to multiply 2x times 2 cents per point, that would equal to 4% cashback. The thing here is, with a 4% cashback, you don't have to think a lot or spending a lot of time think for the nature in order to get a better value on the points. Like I say, I still have options. And that is kind of why I would still prefer to keep the Venture X because I like to use it for international and for knowing for sure it's gonna work because it's a Visa card. It has no foreign transaction fees. It gives me the comfortable value of a 2% cashback where I know it can potentially increase for more, especially when it goes into international travel. And why not? But what do you think about this car? What do you think it really makes sense or not? But with this, I hope you have a good day, and I hope it gets better if anything else. So thank you for watching, and bye bye.